Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. As always, hope you guys had an awesome, spectacular day trading today. You can see my portfolio up top there in the green, but not by a large margin. Only 0.03% of my overall portfolio, $9.87. It's a little bit extra in after hours trading, but again, just 0.01%, $1.88. But can't complain about being in the green. You can see here kind of a choppy day up and down throughout the morning and early afternoon session here. At one point down almost $153 before coming back into the green here very late in the trading session here, about 3:45 or so, before ending up just a little bit there, $9.87. What I want to do today is talk a little bit about Robinhood and if it's a secure site or not. A lot of people have been asking me about whether I feel comfortable putting in the amount of money I have been putting in. I currently have just over $28,000 in Robinhood. A lot of you guys are a little bit skeptical about smartphone only brokerage account. A lot of people have been kind of throwing around the word scam, that this might fold and take all your money. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Just to kind of review very quickly what Robinhood is. So Robinhood is essentially a smartphone brokerage account. You can buy and sell securities. And the nice thing about Robinhood is that there is no fee associated with that. So E-Trade, TD, Ameritrade, Scottrade, all these other online brokerage accounts, which I have to say have a little bit more features associated with those. You can trade on your computer, obviously. But they charge fees, E-Trade. I have an E-Trade account. It's $10 to buy, $10 to sell. So $20 to make a full trade. Robinhood, $0. Scottrade as well. I think it's $8.99. Trade King, and there's some other smaller online brokerage accounts as well. But they all have a pretty significant fee. As you see in my portfolio here, it wouldn't make any sense to buy, a lot of these stocks here. I have a share, all my ETFs on top there. I have one share of these stocks. If I was charged $10 to buy, another $10 to sell, I could not be trading the way I'm trading. I would have to do more of these sorts of trades here. Buy 700 shares of a particular stock. Ford here, $9,000. I could do that on E-Trade, and it would make sense. But on Robinhood here, buying and selling, a $28 stock is possible. E-Trade, other online brokerages, I wouldn't be able to do that. Even Trade King, which only charges like $5 a trade, still would not be feasible. So for that reason, I got on to Robinhood. Robinhood is a member of a couple of self-regulatory organizations, these being FINRA, is the acronym, Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, as well as SIPC, the Securities Investor Protection Corporation. These two entities are very large, well-established private corporations that act as self-regulatory organizations, or SROs. You may think that they're a little bit suspect, given that they're kind of private corporations and self-regulatory organizations, but these are essentially the most established organizations in the financial industry. All the major online brokerage accounts are part of these organizations or members of these organizations. And the other big part too is that Robinhood is registered with the SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission. So it's a very, very legit operation. And if that wasn't enough, Robinhood is also being funded by some of the largest and most well-respected venture capitalist groups within the United States as well, like Google Ventures, Index Ventures, and a number of other large venture capitalist firms. And I'm not an expert on those, but what I read basically is the who's who of some of these venture capitalist groups have been investing in Robinhood. So you have, both those big, large self-regulatory organizations that have Robinhood as its member. The SEC, Robinhood's registered with them, and really anything within the government, because of tax avoidance, tax evasion, even terrorist funding and things like that. The U.S. government is very, very sensitive about things like that. So if Robinhood's registered with the SEC, it's legit. As well as I said, those other two large organizations, the FINRA as well as the SIPC. The one thing I would say is that money held within Robinhood that's not necessarily held in stocks. That is, you haven't really bought a security with that money. It's not FDIC insured, so I'm not exactly sure what the implications behind that are. Same thing goes for E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, and the other large online brokerage accounts. It does say, kind of in the fine print, that the FIRNA SIPC does protect securities of the customer members up to $500,000. It also had a little caveat saying that it would include $250,000 for claims for cash. But having read that, I'm not exactly sure what that means or what exactly applies for that. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm comfortable putting in a lot of money into Robinhood. You can see up top, again, I have quite a bit of money, $28,000 plus in Robinhood. I've been having a lot of fun, no problems over the last 4 months buying and selling shares. I've had no problems with the software, no kind of shady fees or anything pop up. I've been charged essentially $0 since I have opened this account. So I think it's a safe platform. I don't think there's anything sketchy about it. I know people have thrown around the word scam. I don't think that has anything to do with Robinhood, and I'm not even sure where you would come up with something like that. Like I said, it's a member of two of the largest self-regulatory organizations, most well respected as well, FINRA, and SIPC. It's registered with the SEC, and they're a very well-respected large venture capitalist groups putting money into Robinhood. So for all those reasons, I'm comfortable with Robinhood. I think you should be as well. If you guys are thinking about opening an account, do so. It's a lot of fun buying and selling stocks with no commission. And the big thing too is you learn a lot about the markets. I've learned a ton about investing, much more than I would simply sitting back and putting money into my E-Trade account and buying one or two mutual funds. I've learned a lot about how to invest, what I need to be looking at with investments, how to track my investments, what makes a good investment, what makes a poor investment, a lot of different aspects. So I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Robinhood, if you have any negative experiences about it. The only negative I would say is that on the ticker here, if you're trying to buy and sell a stock during active hours, I would definitely not go by what the price on Robinhood is. I'd always put in a limit order because some of these prices can lag, I found up to 3 or 4 minutes behind actual prices. So if a stock's moving quickly, Robinhood may not be actually displaying what price it actually is going to be bought or sold for. So always put it in limit orders, and you can get around that kind of negative. But save that, really no negatives. Yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, so let me guys know what you guys think about this particular application, this online, or actually on the smartphone brokerage account. I've had a lot of fun with it. No negatives. Let me know what you guys think about it. So yeah, with that, I'll kind of end the video here. As always, if you enjoy my videos, feel free to share, like, and subscribe if you're so inclined. If you have any thoughts about Robinhood, let me know. Any negative experiences, let me know. I've had 0 negative experiences. I love buying and selling stocks with no commission trading fees. There's been no other hidden fees or anything else associated with my account. So yeah, with that, I'll kind of end the video here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.